Well, hello. This video really is a continuation of the one that I made last week. I've just crossed the Roman Bridge and I'm walking along what's known as the Cut towards Lyndhurst. But I will be going off to the left and I want to look at an interesting beech tree. It's not massive, but it's got a big oak tree sort of welded onto the side of it, which makes it quite interesting. I think when they made this cut in 1725, I think they must have used quite a lot of gravel from local areas, and I'll show you a couple of old gravel workings which could well have been worked to provide gravel for the cut. We're going uphill and it's a very nice area for old trees. I must notice how the ponies have really made a meal of the holly in this area. There's hardly a single holly that hasn't been nibbled. Anyway, this is the beech tree, and there's a small holly stand around it, which you could easily miss this tree and just walk past it. But as you get closer, you'll see it's quite interesting. The oak tree is on the left hand side of it. I did try and measure it. I'm not very good at measuring, and there's a little hole, you'll see it just between the oak tree and the beech tree, and it was about 13.5 feet in circumference, so it's certainly not in the big league of beech trees, but it is quite interesting with all that moss. You can see it's not that enormous, but I do think that it's an interesting tree. Now this is one of the old gravel workings. From the looks of the trees that are growing there, it's certainly been worked a long while ago. I imagine that they brought a horse and cart along, and one man would have worked away with a pick and a shovel. These workings all add to the historical character of the New Forest. I don't know if this one holds water all year. Some of them do, and it's all very good for wildlife now. Nature has reclaimed them. Well, we'll leave these gravel workings and make our way down the hill, and we'll be walking towards Millerford. This is quite a good path, and it's quite dry. But over to the left, it gets very wet, and of course that's the Highland Water is over to the left. Now, down here I see another very familiar sight in this beech wood. It's the famous artist Barry Peckham, and it looks as though he's painting that lovely pollard beech in front of him. I bet there'll be a few ponies in the picture when we get down there. He often likes to put them in beforehand. Anyway, yes, there are some ponies, and he's really in his office. This is his working environment. I think it's going to be a nice picture, a good size. He'll probably come out once or twice and then finish it off in the studio. I'm probably making him nervous watching him. You can see that big beech tree. I did measure that one as well, but that one is a lot bigger than the beech tree we've just been to see. But it is a proper pollard. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little trip into the forest, and we just happened to bump into one of the New Forest's famous artists, Barry Peckham. Anyway, goodbye for now. If you enjoyed it, click a like. Goodbye.